Welcome to the channel. How's everybody holding up? What are you guys doing to pass the time while we're off work? If you are off work, currently I'm still off work. Haven't heard anything about mowing. As far as I'm concerned right now, we can't mow lawns. What's really funny is a client called me in the next city over where we mow lawns, and she said, she thought that we'd be able to start on schedule because we work outside and we don't really have a lot of contact with our clients anyway. So she assumed it would be okay that we started work. And I let her know that as of right now, we are not considered essential from our governor, which is kind of a bummer because other cities, particularly California, they do allow maintenance and they do consider maintenance of properties essential. So if you're cutting grass, like for example, a dentist office or a doctor's office, well, you can't just turn around and say, well, that's not essential. I mean, we are in a position where we are not really making a ton of contact or any contact with our clients. And there is a little bit of contact, for example, just going site to site in the truck. But I mean, if you can implement some social distancing, I think we can. We have another truck. If I could use this truck and put a guy in it and put a guy in here and then have another guy follow in his own car if he wants, it is possible, and I would be willing to try that. But for whatever reason, they've eliminated all maintenance as of right now, private maintenance as of right now, but government maintenance is considered essential and is allowed to work. But what the woman told me is that the city sent her a letter saying that she won't be ticketed for an overgrown lawn, but the city will come and take care of it, and she can just pay the city, but it won't be a ticket. And it's like, wow, so you're going to try to take all the maintenance for the whole city and essentially give it to the city? You're going to take all the residential maintenance? I don't think that's very smart. I don't think they have that much equipment. I don't think they know what they're getting themselves into. If you try to take the entire maintenance and just say it's the city when they probably have a couple mowers, like you need an army to do that. And how do you communicate with all the clients and vehicles in the way? And that's part of what we do. It's part of our job is to communicate with our clients. And for example, if someone came to cut my lawn right now, how are you going to cut it? You can't get in here. You'd have to have something set up. You can't just show up and assume that you can cut the grass. And what about the backyard? You guys just only do the front? So it's kind of a mess. I think our governor could have done a lot better. I think she could have done a lot better by actually sitting down and figuring out the maintenance side of things and, figuring everything out properly. Either way, I hope she turns around and fixes it. But what are you guys doing with your time off? I'm enjoying it. I'm a little nervous about the fact that our mowers are still in the shop. And even our shop is a little bit backlogged with work. I don't know if they're working. He said the mechanic told me that he would come in and work on equipment, and he should be able to do that because no one else is there. So hopefully all the equipment gets taken care of, and I was able to get my stuff in right before the governor shut everything down. So hopefully my stuff can get out in the next couple weeks. But I cleared out this side of the garage, guys. I'm thinking I want to do a little work to Old Green. Like I said in previous video, it pulls the trailer and mowers just fine. Just fine. So I'm thinking, like, why not just put the trailer on the truck, put it out to work, see if it breaks down. If it breaks down, whatever. I tried to sell it, and really right now, it's actually better for me to keep the truck at this point with social distancing and play and all that. Honestly, like I say, I want to pull the trailer, but man, even that is kind of a problem now because, like I said, we need multiple trucks. So honestly, I'm thinking about switching over the business to an old truck. Not quite this many miles, but something like this with maybe like 70,000 miles, maybe a $10,000 truck. Been looking online. Once we get up and running, maybe I'll grab a $10,000 truck, and then that can go ahead and pull the trailer and do the lawn work, and then Old Green can be a backup truck. I think that would be a cool truck to have for backup and then for snow. But I'm thinking about pulling it in the garage here. I cleared out this side real good, measured it, make sure everything can fit, and I can actually back this truck into here and I can go ahead and start working on the engine. If I want to put spark plugs on it, if I want to go ahead and, mess around with it. I know it's not necessarily worth working on, but something to do, something to keep my mind sharp. Spark plugs, maybe do the timing things. Something with this axle, I need to put a new CV joint in it, and I need to do a solenoid so that the front axle will disengage. Right now, the front axle stays locked in four-wheel drive at all times, which is just a drag on fuel economy. So, all in all, it is a cool truck, and I really enjoy this old truck with these 33s on it. These big, meaty tires, like you could just bounce over all kinds of terrain. Like I said the other day, the gate fell open on the trailer when I was going down the road. Luckily, no vehicles got hit. But the gate ended up dragging down the road for a couple of feet, and maybe like 50 feet. And I looked in the mirror and noticed that it was dragging. So I pulled over into a CVS, and the front tire kind of bounced up on the curb. And it was like the curb wasn't even there. So it's nice to have these bigger tires. They're really cushy, along with the new Rough Country N3 suspension, which seems to be pretty good for now. We'll see how it holds up. I'm sure it'll hold up fine, but that's also something that's really nice. That 2-inch lift that I did, it just rides nice. It looks like it's already rusty. Like the spring's already rusty, but I think it's just from, I don't know why it looks like that. But these Rough Country N3s, they're pretty good shocks. I don't know if you can see them. Rough Country N3. Those are good struts, quick struts. We'll see how it goes. But it's a good idea, I think, to just run older trucks. It'd be easier for me to scale, that's for sure. It's going to be kind of hard to get new truck after new truck, but I could go and do $10,000 trucks over and over and over. So I'm going to try that. But guys, what have you been doing? I want to show you guys what I've been doing. I've actually made a lot of progress on the basement remodel. If you've been watching the channel, you know about this. A lot of you probably don't know, but check it out. You guys are gonna think it's pretty cool. Alright, so here's how the basement remodel looks. So I gotta paint this hallway area. The whole thing needs paint, but we actually did go ahead and install a new light right there, and that was brutal. I had to go all the way up in the attic, all the way through, and I had to wire a wire all the way from down here so that both of these switches would work, so that you could have a light, because this was just dark. This whole area was dark, so it was hard to see. So we put the light down there, right under that. There's a light there right on the bottom and one right there on top, and it just looks real nice. Now I'm working on just fixing a little bit of spots there, and there's some weird looking stuff in the drywall. So what I think I'm gonna do is just come in with like some primer in a a 3/8 inch paint roller, and just roll that whole thing, and then see how it looks, and then patch up a few things, and then well, actually, I'm going to patch up that first, then roll it with a 3/8 inch roller and see how it looks like. That should cover up a lot of imperfections itself. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint this hallway area gray. But check out this. We ended up just painting the concrete, and it turned out real nice, guys. The concrete paint turned out real good. The dry lock paint, I actually had to paint it twice because we ended up painting the ceiling black, and I had too light of a color here, so I had to paint it over a darker color because it was like black, and then this color was like almost white, so we had to paint it darker because it just didn't look right. So we turned around and painted the walls darker, and then I tried to match the gray paint to the gray dry lock colored paint. It's not quite the same, but I think it's okay. It's pretty close. On camera, it looks like almost the same. Then our drywall turned out real nice. It's like almost perfect. I mean, you can't see a single imperfection in any of the mudding or anything. It just turned out real good. Helen Keller would approve if she ran her hands on it. She would think it's just smooth. But yeah, this turned out good. We got a nice door here. Heavy, solid core door. You know. Just put this back in yesterday. So I still got to do all the trim and everything. But yeah, it turned out real nice. Paint on the concrete, spray painted the ceiling black. That was a pretty intense job. All the way down underneath the stairs, painted, light cans everywhere installed. But yeah, this is what I've been working on. Nice to just throw on your headphones and listen to a podcast and just go ahead and go at it. We pretty much had to rebuild this whole area. Got our light switches here. Covers one half of the basement. Covers the other half. Now it's done. So moving forward, we just got to paint the floors. And we're going to paint the floors, and then we're going to do trim, baseboard and case, wherever there's drywall, baseboard and case. But yeah, it's turning out pretty good. Donna's happy with it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Comment below. Tell me how you're holding up. Tell me what you're doing if you're off work, or if you are on work, what are you doing for work? Are you a essential business? And that's it for the video. Have a great day, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.